Hello, I'm Victor Gonzalez, and I'm here with
Chase Pope.
the cinematographer for the new movie Man of Murder. So, Chase, how did your production skills develop throughout this entire thing?
Throughout the film, I definitely was the lead cameraman for most of it, and I definitely saw some improvement with my camera work skills. I was easily able to track the subjects better. I was able to put things into the film more smoothly, had smoother camera movement. Everything was really smooth across the board there. Also, my directing skills, I was definitely the co-director on the film. I was able to easily tell people what to do and how to do it, and I was easily able to make adjustments throughout the film, especially on locations. Locations was a big struggle for us.
So, Chase, most camera people I've talked to have talked about this moment where you just kind of make this mistake that you can't get your head wrapped around. Did you have any of those?
It's funny you bring that up. I definitely had a few mistakes while filming, but my biggest one happened to be when we were deep into some scenes and my finger would accidentally go into the frame. It was so bad, but luckily my team was very supportive and they didn't seem to care that much, even though I did mess up a very big take on our film.
In this scene, I used a trucking shot to follow the main character as he approaches the crime scene. I then transitioned into an over-the-shoulder shot as he walks through the doorway to help place the audience in his perspective. After that, it cuts into a wider shot as he begins talking to an officer, which helps establish the setting and interaction. However, my finger accidentally enters the frame, which shows a mistake in my camera handling and framing. This breaks the realism of the scene and can distract the audience, but it helped me improve my awareness of composition and how I control the camera while filming.
So, did you have any, obviously the big camera finger mishap, but any technological issues at all?
Yeah, definitely. When we were trying to get the editing process going, these videos, they just wouldn't send. The internet where we were filming was very bad, so it definitely delayed our editing process a lot, which really sucked, especially since the deadline was so soon, and that was just a really big mishap.
My goodness. Okay, so how did you integrate your technologies, like your hardware, your software, all that stuff, into this big, giant movie that's coming up?
Definitely, my phone was a very big piece of equipment that we used. It has all the camera footage, camera work as well in it. Also, editing was very big. Our film was just not going to be good without editing. Very impactful work right there by Lucas. Shout out Lucas. He did some really good work.
So the interesting thing about this film is that I heard your studio had a lack of technology, especially with these movies being so dependent on technology now. How did that affect you?
Well, it didn't really affect my cinematography work that much. Although we did have a lack of technology, we still did have a really good camera I could use. Though it did impact a lot of our editing software and editing process, it really delayed it, and it was just really bad. We were so behind on the deadline. We almost had to scrap the whole thing. It was really slow.
I mean, I can imagine, especially with was the internet any issue?
Oh, the internet was a huge issue. We just weren't able to work in class, and it was just really bad.
Well, I guess that's all I had for you. Thank you so much for joining us. And this is Victor Gonzalez interviewing Chase Pope, the cinematographer for Man of the Murder.